head into it in terms of how Thieves are going to look when we do come out, see how things are going to work out to kick things up. But the Search and Destroy is the real stickler for me. How are they going to look specifically in that mode up against this very, very strong Search and Destroy side? I mean, if you look at it, like, S&D was the better game mode for Thieves, especially towards the latter stages of the season, and their hardpoint and control was kind of mixy, especially in terms of the control, but their Search and Destroy is very, very strong as well. So that's where this game is potentially going to be won and lost by C.
It certainly will be. Well, it looks like we're into it as well, and pretty quick start here for Law. They're going to get that first flurry into that hardpoint as well, as both teams start feeling it out and start working out exactly where they can cause the pain, as Paul X and 2 Real get a wipe.
Yeah, you take a 4 down straight away off the rip. Now they can start to work on spawns potentially here. We'll try and force that out, but Thieves have set themselves up on this side anyway, so they'll be in a decent enough position, but it's about the second wave of kills you could potentially find. Good job from 2 Real to find one more. Arcides couldn't quite find the second. The good job so far from Law. You take 40 seconds and now rising on P1 all day long. Paul X on a 5 spree, Yuli on a 2. Wonderful start from Law.
Yuli going to try and hold this. His health has come back. Going to find one as well, staying alive. Rest of his teammates reinforcing. You can see the Thieves now just trying to get back in from this back spawn, but not able to do it yet. Not getting the trades to go the way they want to either. Eventually they will get through. Benefits of a close spawn will get them into this point, and the first point should come towards them, even with a ferocious fight there from Yuli. It will be 100 Thieves now looking to secure the rest of this time.
Yeah, fantastic work from Crump. The second kill really breaks that open. 35 seconds to play for over towards P2. The breaks come through the middle of the map. You've got to do some good work here. If you're Crump again, can't find the second. Lee will be there to pick that one up. Really good job here from Law to try and put the pressure on. They do more than that with 20 seconds to play for. They managed to break back through. Kill towards the back is now found. And if you're Thieves, now you are scrambling for P3 rotations. You've lost scrap time, potentially most of it. You could probably do with the final 10 seconds. Are you going to be able to get it? Yes, you are. You needed that, if anything, because P3 could be painful.
Well, here we go. The push already. Crump trying to move forward, but that stun check, well, they'll know where he is as well. It's a massive chow. Will be traded out by Nasty, but it slows them down just a few seconds. 100 Thieves looking to recover now as they move towards this back spawn and try and take control. A little bit of a pinch coming through. Multiple angles being hit. They just need to win the trades. Haven't won them as effectively as they would like. Paul X will get the last kill, but the spawns have flipped. Job done for Thieves.
Yeah, really good push coming from the bridge side of things. That's what's broke it up, and Paul did his job, sitting 11 and 3 for Law. Fantastic start so far to the side of Law Gaming. The Thieves, though, I mean, I don't like to point it out too much. Ghosty ain't gonna kill yet over towards P3. That might be a big reason as to why things are really struggling from the side of 100 Thieves, but they have control now of P3. They found the break that they needed to. 20 seconds still on offer here, but it's going to be about the rotation coming through from boxes. Need to start finding these gunfights over towards Garage as well. Can't find that one, but some valuable time for the side of Thieves. Some valuable kills heading over towards the next hill as well. They managed to set themselves up very well here. Joe deceives the point of the spear. Can find a couple more. Nice rotation coming in from Thieves. They've finally arrived to Rio.
Now holding Nasty, just waiting for the pressure. He knows it's coming. There's going to be a lot of nades, a lot of tacticals, just bouncing straight into this point. And eventually a lot of players as well, as Nasty fights for his life, will go down. Law Gaming, what a fantastic retake there in the end. Thieves had made their way back into this game, but weren't able to hold on to that rotation.
Big 40 seconds for both two teams. For Laura would represent a very solid lead if you can manage to take every single second. Crump is going to say no to that. Arcides did find 2 with the cleanup kills. Which way they're coming in from, it's going to be Thieves. They'll just about get a hold of it. But for Thieves, I think you pick up this final 20. You then take the lead after what has been not necessarily the strongest of starts. Ghosty's found himself 3 kills to his name now anyway, so as soon as he starts waking up, I suppose he can start to say it from the point of, well, Ghosty's really had a slow start, and yet they still have the lead. When Ghosty starts shooting, which he will, this could be a problem for Law.
You got to remember, some of the narrative around Ghosty has been just how good he has been, especially in those big games and those hard points that matter. Right now, just a second off the pace, but that second will not last an eternity. Already got 4 back into this game, and Thieves slowly but surely turning up the tempo.
Yeah, really big kills. Find a couple over towards the stairs, and that just opens things up now. A bit of a split spawn for Law. Are they going to be able to read this, Thieves? That's going to be your issue. Well, you can't read that. That's coming from the sky. There's the Predator missile coming in from Polex. Now, all of a sudden, is that going to maybe make things work here for Low? No, because Joe's going to answer back with one of his own straight onto Polex's forehead. Mid-map push has come through to Real, and Arcity's found a couple. They are going to be able to find a break there, but not clean for either one of these two squads. Just trading back and forth, but Thieves still with that lead.
Really trying to get some work in towards Bridge, but just nobody support, nobody to watch his cross, and down he falls as well as Law Gaming. A great start and not great second half of this first rotations. As we go back towards P1, they'll be hoping to hit the reset button and get some points back on the board. You can see Joe Thieves already 17 and 10, looking to put the pressure up as well. Yuli taking him down, but will fall as well. It will be Law Gaming that are in here for just a few seconds, but bodies stacked everywhere.
I just want to bear in mind as well, though, Bryce. I mean, P1 was super successful for Low Gaming. You take that out of the equation, they would be significantly behind. Polex still doing a really good job. 3 spree for him. They found 40 over towards P1 straight off the rip. They're doing well to find a good 20 here or so far. Closing that gap once again. Thieves need to find a way through.
Polex looking for another one, not going to be able to get it, and just trying to keep this pressure up as players fly around. Yuli doing it again. That's a 3 streak for him. 20 seconds on offer here. Thieves will push through this. They're not going to let it sit as more players come to bump him off the hill to give him a better position. Finds his 4th. Still going. Still frying. There's a 5th as well. Here comes the 6th. The pistol is not good enough for the streak, but the streak is good enough to give them control as they head towards P2.
And well and truly back into this game. P1 conversion from Low. Something special. Managing to do a great job there. Now you can see already the cutoffs have been sort of made here by the side of Low Gaming, but did they put enough over towards the back side? Thieves now going to gain control of that preferred spawn, but the pressure from Law is very much going to be there. Ghosty finds the kill on Arcities. That might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. You have to find these kills if you're Low, because now you're spawning out, now you're in danger, now you're all dead.
And they have this again. Thieves have been better on P2. And here comes the hard push, the headbutt. Law Gaming, they don't have a flank, they don't have any other direction. What they are about to be is flanked by Ghosty. 2 real will get 2. Kreb and Ghosty will combine for 3 though. And now they are completely pushed out. The spawn is flipped magnificently here for Thieves, putting them on the back foot. And Law Gaming, it's no scrap time for them. They just have to overextend.
Yeah, Arcity's really slowed down. Ghosty has started to heat up. He was 0 and 8, now 13 and 18. So a nice conversion from him over the second half of that first rotation and for the first couple of kills here. Kills are not everything though, as Thieves will have the main point in the scoreline. Sitting at around 40 points in the lead right now. Need to find a good break here though, because Low have got themselves set up. Nice break that's going to come through initially for them. Finding a couple of kills as well. They need some good time here.
Real just trying to hold down the fort in every single direction, but eventually Thieves just able to apply the pressure as Arcities goes scrambling at the back and falls. And while Polex will be in here, he is massively outnumbered. There is no trade for him. Thieves are confidently back in this, and they could hold it for the rest of the time.
Feels like the breaks from Thieves are just coming a little easier now. But again, I kind of want you all to bear in mind at home how much time Low Gaming have had at P1 specifically. Need to keep themselves within touching distance and have another good P1 over towards P3, the third rotation, if we even get there. But the way that Thieves are frying right now, I'm not too sure we will. Kreb will find one back. Can he find the second one on Uli? Dipping and diving. But it's going to be about the rotation. That's coming in 5 seconds. First ones there are Thieves. Low Gaming very, very close here. Brycey that could do with the break.
Got to get past. These players waiting for him as well. Nasty and Ghosty ready to put anybody to the sword, and they're trying just to find any way through. This game could end on this hill. Nasty being careful. Polex is going to get him off that first point, but it's still a way back into this. The rest of Law Gaming are going to try and headbutt it as their flank player does go down, but they aren't really able to make a lot of progress.
For all they find that kill on the Ghosty. And one on the Nasty. Everybody else from Thieves is very much still here. Joe Thieves will find another. And you're still right, Brycey. They can very much win it here over towards P4. Low Gaming going a little 1-by-1, but it's shocking. Oh, it has to be that. They have to move very, very quickly. Thieves cannot win it here anymore. Low Gaming have let this one bleed big time. Need to find a good rotation. Cannot let Thieves in whatsoever.
Oh, Joe Thieves finds it. And Law looking a little bit lost. They're not on this rotation. They don't have the bodies up, and this may actually end without a gunfight. Joe Thieves will get that player, but they're not even close, and there's a complete wipe in the dying seconds of the game. 100 Thieves, slow start, explosive after that, though.
Sensational work by Thieves. After, yeah, as you said, a very, very slow start. Law came out of the gates very, very quickly. But after that, I mean, not really a lot to write home about. I think realistically, it's kind of odd to see them get so much time at P1 and then not a lot of time anywhere else. So for them, something to work on Rio Hardpoint. Their record at Challengers Champs was 3-2 on this map, so, you know, relatively solid. But for them, I think there'll be disappointment in the fact that, you know, they were very much in that game, Brycey. They were doing well. They let a couple of hills slip, and Thieves make them pay. Thieves will find the win, and will be heading into a search and destroy. And Law will find themselves behind.
Yeah, well, you got to remember just how good Thieves have been on Hardpoints, though, and yeah, I think the real story of it, just a bit of a slow start, but Thieves, once they got control, played it very, very perfect. Got to give credit to that P2 to P3 flip on the spawns as well. Played P2 so well on this map. Law just weren't able to match them. Realistically, if you're able to convert what is essentially a perfect P2 to P3, if you can get in there, hold it from the spawn side that's good for P2, and in the last 20 seconds, flip them into that spawn, well, you know that the game's only really going one way. It's just a huge reversal of fortune. And now, 100 Thieves are up 1-0 against Law Gaming, who will have to try and get it back in the search and destroy.
By the way, just to recall as well, Ghosty with one of the slowest starts I've seen from him. What was he, 0 and 8 on stage?
Yes, it was, yeah.
It was over towards P3 before he picked up his first kill. You can just know, you know for a fact that comms right there, he would have just been trying to get them out there, frustrated within himself, but very much did step it up for the squad. I know it's not all about kills, but when Ghosty doesn't have any by the time you get over towards the third hill, it sometimes can be a bit concerning. But he actually ended up doing all right over the majority, nearly even, I want to say, throughout the rest of it. So good job from Ghosty to bring that one back. But for Law, it's a short, sharp shock straight into the high-end competition. I mean, look, all of these guys on this roster have played there. They know exactly what to expect, but still a tough one. Looking over towards their record overall for Hardpoint, it was sitting at in particular 8-3 over the entirety of COD Challengers Champs. So it was something for them to rely on. The controls dead even at 4-4, but S&D 10-1. This is where they know they have an opportunity to cause some issue, and you've got to just try and nick a respawn, force a map number 5, and maybe you can take down 100 Thieves.
Well, we'll certainly see. Obviously, a little bit of a pep talk going in. Coaches jumping in here to probably just give them the push they need on both sides of the stage. 100 Thieves, obviously, way more confident now after getting that first map out the way. You got to remember as well, you know, scrims don't always translate to tournament play, especially when there is so much up for grabs here. These teams fighting to get out of the groups. A win here certainly will help Thieves in their kind of progress of making their way through. And just a reminder of the format, because it's a format you may not have seen before this year. Essentially, you have to win 2 before you lose 2. It's a mini bracket within the groups, which means that every single game is very, very important. There will be no tiebreakers. There will be no games that mean nothing. It is always essential every time we load into a map.
I'm a big fan of this format, actually.
Absolutely,
absolutely. Yeah, I absolutely love it. I think, you know, some people get confused. Like, what does GSL mean and all these things? All you need to know is you got to win 2 before you lose 2, and that is the important thing. But, I mean, looking over towards this group in particular, though, Brycey, I mean, it's going to be tough for one of these 2 teams to make it. It's going to be Law and Falcons, the Challengers teams, coming into this. Of course, Falcons going up against FaZe first. Welcome to the big leagues. And then, of course, the 2 winners going up against each other and the 2 losers. Law against Falcons, by the way. Falcons very much in their home territory as well. That will be a super interesting game. We've got plenty to play through before we get anything like that. Plenty of results to actually have to go the right way for us to get that stage. Here we are into the search and destroy. And this is where Law have potential in this series. Can they find it here on Hi-Res?
And I do love this. Like I said before, a lot of times when you come deep into the season, teams will have played each other on these maps hundreds of times. For these 2 teams, it's just VOD review. They will have to work out everything they need to as the game progresses. And right now, everybody being a little bit shy. You got to remember, round 1, a little bit of an anomaly. No trophies. And now, Turil just being careful. Nasty gets tagged up a little bit, but still not a kill ton.
Nothing to be had. Thieves will eventually break the mold. He finds the kill. Perhaps going to eventually get traded out. Arcides early, working well and getting out as well, but the trade comes back through 2v2.
We're going to be careful. Huskies will find him. And now a 1 versus 2. Ghosty flying about, looking for them in the last 20 seconds. Has been seen, though, just trying to get away. Desperately flying for his life, but he is weak, being chased by Arcades. And it is going to be a pinch. They will not allow him to escape. Law Gaming get the first round on the board.
Good job from Law. Squeezing that one out. And it's sometimes a bit of a tough one to win in round number 1 when you're on the attacking side of things, but get the job done. Important one for them to find as well, especially after a hard point in such a way where you found such a good start. You get that hope, and it gets dashed in front of your very eyes. But here we are at the search. They find the first round, a nice momentum builder for them here on High Rise.
That's what they want as well, and you kind of feel just a little bit of pressure from both teams in that opening break. Neither really wanted to commit straight away. Here we go. A big push here from 100 Thieves. They're going straight through it. That trophy will be essential. Hewley, will he spot anyone first? Another nade going out here. More pressure coming through, and they've seen it as well. Arcades puts the nade down, and Law Gaming reacted to this straight away. Totem in a horrible position. Down they fall as well. A 2 versus 4 in the opening seconds.
Counter to the push coming in. Really good job. Really good defensive nade coming through from the side of Arcades. The experience paying off, and that S&D prowess from Law, very much an example in front of our very eyes. Another kill for Arcades. It's a fantastic round from Law. 1 attack, 1 defense underneath their belts. But really, I think it comes into that rush that we see to kick things off. As soon as the Arcades shuts that down, if he loses that gunfight, if things go the opposite direction, things are maybe looking a little slow, but they will find the round. 2-0 up. Good play coming in from Arcades.
And this is where they want to continue this momentum. The respawn did not go their way, but getting the search and destroy brings it all to even keel. And Arcades on 4-0 right now, and just watching the cross, looking for a little bit of information. For Thieves, it's all out into the middle of the map by the look of it, trying to get a bit of control. You can see them holding down towards bottom B. For Law Gaming, they're trying to sneak a player through. You saw that player in towards blue looking, but not really making a lot of progress up the map yet.
Yeah, just holding tight. Sitting down a bit difficult to see him, of course, with the Codcaster color not exactly being the ideal one, but Uli will find the kill on the Joe Thieves, and that just opens the door immediately to jump on the bomb. It's another kill coming through here for the silo. Make it another. They are playing this one to absolute perfection. Cramp needs a 1v4 if he wants to find the round. Hell, he doesn't find the kill. But look, silver lining for Thieves there is they do lose the round. You get rid of Arcades. He's no longer on that spree. Didn't find much in that round either, so no Predator missile going to be coming in on your forehead quite yet. It's an important tool to potentially have here on High Rise. They don't get a hold of it low, but they will find another round. Really, really good player coming through from the challenger side here.
They're feeling very good. Some smiles on the Law side. At the moment, it's all going their way on this search. And now on the attack will be the Thieves. Hoping to maybe perform a little bit better this time around. Nasty taking a few bullets and throwing a few back. Cramp looking at that nade's going to hit somebody. Surely it will. There's a little bit of a check. Yuli will have to back away.
Good info for Thieves, though. Well, somebody was tempting the push, and they have got a bit of bad timing. That was a good timing on Uli's side. Can he find the kill? Yes, he can. Crimp just trying to deny the inevitable. Uli will find him. Now Thieves get a little bit more aggressive over towards the B side, trying to make something happen. They are 3 rounds down now, 3 versus 3 though. It will be answered back. Or 3 versus 2, I should say. It was Paul X who found Nasty. Really difficult position now for Thieves. Ghosty left, hold on his own.
It's in the scenario before. Didn't go well for Ghosty then. Will it go well this time? A little bit difficult with the barman players really overwatching. As soon as they see exactly where he is, they will tighten this net just a bit. But Ghosty's been found. He's super weak, and down he will fall. Wow. The Thieves are being taken apart on High Rise. It is 4-0 to Law Gaming.
Oh, I mean, they are being dragged around High Rise right now. Law showing that prowess. I love it when that happens, when you call something out and say, oh, that's pretty good at search and destroy. It makes me look smarter than I am, Bryce.
Well, I'll let you have that one. I think it's fair at this point in the year. But this really is now about adapting. For 100 Thieves, they will have to work out something different. They are not finding the kills, they're not finding the trades. No bomb blasts, no defuses, nothing. In fact, if that scoreboard is to be believed, only 5 kills now across 4 rounds.
Yeah. Tough viewing. Not necessarily gone to plan, but that's one of the first bloods I think they've found. They might have got one in round number 1. The Thieves will find a second, so this is looking more and more likely that Thieves will eventually get themselves on the board here. Over the really good start. I think for Law now in this 2 versus 4, getting a Predator missile in Uli's back pocket is something you take away from this situation all day long.
Just looking for the pick. This is all about finding something exploitable, hoping that Thieves make a mistake, and right now they are. Although they found one, a player's gone over the top here. Uli will find a second, and the 2 versus 4 advantage has slipped away for them. Jonas Thieves almost takes a few bullets in the face. The benefit here for Thieves is time, and Nasty will put that one down as well. Uli in a 1 versus 2.
He's got eyes on one of them though, but you can already see both teammates on the side of Thieves converging over towards each other. Uli's going to get a bit of good timing though. Has he seen the second one line up? The shots are going to go in, so the gunfight is maybe going to transpire. Oh my goodness me! Spins and just beams him. Uli with another kill in the round. It's a Predator missile and another round to Law. It's a 2 versus 4.
That is outrageous. We switched away, but he must have drilled him. I don't know if there's a final kill cam, but that is unbelievable. All Nasty had to do was not die, and they had it.
Humongous round from Law. And you would think that puts a nail in the coffin of this Search and Destroy. That was sublime from Uli. I think that might have been the ace. Was that the ace? I don't know. I think it might have been. He's got 8 kills in a row anyway. Give him his plaudits. Fantastic from Law. Sublime from Uli.
An 8 streak to potentially end it. A lot of pressure coming through as well. You can see the Thieves have pushed towards B Street. A 2 versus 4 clutch, and for 100 Thieves, they will get the first blood here in round number 6.
Just so tough from this position though. Low Gaming can take their time, and Thieves will have to find the full sail if they want this. It's looking like they will eventually get around Uli. Mind you, he's on an 8 spree. A 12 would be the one to get it finished in 6. He's going to find his 9th in a row, but it will eventually get cut down. But is the damage already done? That's the problem. Thieves in a really, really tough spot now. They will find a round back, but still, Uli, no usage of the Predator missile in that round. No opportunity, but you're likely to see it come in on the attacking side here. Can they do something with it? Or can Thieves continue this comeback?
This would be a truly epic comeback if they can do it. But there is a cruise missile waiting in the wings, as well as a very hot Uli. 10 and 2 so far. Arcades having a little bit of a gunfight all the way across the map. Is he waiting? It looks like he's waiting. I think he's going to call this in and try to catch somebody.
That's your plan. The problem is he's not going to be able to catch anybody because Thieves are very much aware to it. They have pushed up into more of an advanced position. Will he find anything with this? Absolutely nothing, but plenty of positioning. Bomb going down.
They've used that for information. They've used it for map control. 4 versus 4 with bomb down now. The rest of the Thieves are surging forward. They are trying to get map control back. Too Real already finds one. Uli will find another. And it's now a 2 versus 4. The Thieves will go out of this S&D if they do not find this round. And Ghosty is just having fun with 2 Real. 2 Real doesn't even bother going for the rechow. What a dominant search and destroy there from Law Gaming. 6-1.
An absolute clinic on high rise coming in from Law Gaming. But the straw that brought the camels back, not to use that saying too much, but was really that 2 versus 4 coming in from Law Gaming and from Uli specifically. I think he found 3 in that round, but the final 2 in the last 7 seconds around that Thieves should never, ever be losing there, Brycey. It was a 6-1 victory in the end for Law, and a very well-deserved one. Fantastic performance from them, Brycey, and we very much have a series on our hands.
Yeah, we certainly do. This is more of what we were expecting, obviously. With 100 Thieves taking that first hard point, we were curious, will this be the same story that has been playing out across the groups so far at the Esports World Cup? But truthfully, some of those teams won their games as well, a few maps, but it's very much back and forth. The truth is, it's 1-1. The control's up next. Who takes the lead? We will find out right after this break. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right after this.
You ever wondered how a Hollywood movie is shot on a Sony? You review it on a Sony. And how do you make that sound epic? You record it on a Sony. Lunch break on a Sony. So why wouldn't you watch it on a Bravia by Sony?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports World Cup. We are in a game that is all tied up. 100 Thieves versus Law Gaming. So far, we'll be going 1-1 into the control. A good start there from 100 Thieves. They took the hard point, but Law Gaming fired back with a broadside from a battleship, 6-1 on high-rise ton.
Yeah, very, very impressive performance, I would say, in map number 2 specifically. I think if you were to give anyone more plaudits for either one of their map wins, it would absolutely belong to Law after that one. A sensational 2 versus 4 to pretty much cap it off. A really, really good job in the search and destroy, which does present its own problem though, Brycey, because map number 1, they had another good start on Rio, but they didn't convert that into a win. They will need to find a respawn if they want to force another search and destroy, which they seem very prominent at. But can they find one of the next 2? That's going to be their big problem here. Controls coming up. It's by far their worst game mode. This could be a potential struggle for them.
Well, we'll find out. You got to remember, there's been a little bit of prep time for both these teams coming into this event, trying to kind of get those weaknesses out and away, knowing that this is the biggest and best opportunities for everyone involved. For the challenger teams, obviously, a chance to make a name for themselves, a chance to show everybody why they deserve to be picked up next year. We know there are some squads looking to refill their ranks. On the other side of it, for teams like 100 Thieves, disappointment always at champs. Anything but first will always be. But again, another chance, biggest and best opportunities for everyone involved. For the challenger teams, obviously, a chance to make a name for themselves, a chance to show everybody why they deserve to be picked up next year. We know there are some squads looking to refill their ranks. On the other side of it, for teams like 100 Thieves, disappointment always at champs. Anything but first will always be. But again, another chance for them to shine, a chance to get over those losses, get some revenge, and of course, set the stage for any sort of progression next year as well. But that's a long way away. Right now, what they're most concerned about is map number 3. Getting the control under lock, getting the respawn done and dusted will give them the mental edge going forward. For Thieves, a massive map for them. If they win it, they'll be feeling very confident about the hardpoint. For Law Gaming, pretty much the opposite. They're probably not as confident on the hardpoint, feeling way more about their S&D. So map 5 would favor them, but everything's still up in the air as these two teams very close.
Yeah, very close game. We somewhat expected it. Look, I think I would still put Thieves as the favorite. One very good search and destroy performance on high rise doesn't necessarily give you the enthusiasm for a win in the series here for Law just yet. They absolutely do need to take away one of these respawns. They have to if they want to win the series, right? So let's see what they do in map number 3, which is going to be coming up very, very shortly. But change of pace is going to suit them. You know, I think they'll look back at map number 1, Bryce, and be a little bit disappointed. They were in a really good spot on a couple of occasions, found some breaks, found some rotations, found a hell of a lot of points at P1, actually. They weren't able to convert anything though, especially in that second half. It was a really, really slow game of Hardpoint for them, apart from the first couple of hills. So let's see if they can turn it around here in the control. We know the search and destroy is looking good based on what we just seen on high res, absolutely, but you still need to find something here in the control or in the Hardpoint. 2 more maps to force that map in the fight, or maybe just win them both, Pricey. Maybe Rio was a bluff.
Oh, it's always one of these, isn't it? You kind of just saying, well, they could do this, they could do that, but the truth being told, you definitely favour the Thieves in the Hardpoint. You definitely favour Law in the search now, especially with how this one has gone. Law had a fantastic time in challenges with their search, is what they're relying on. The issue being, of course, is that the next search is map 5, so it's always the case of steal a respawn and see what you can do, or maybe just try to hit the full Neslo and take the control. But we will find out. I believe the map is getting ready to rock as we head towards high-rise time.
Yeah. So far, touch wood, we've had no issues in this one. I think they just got them all out of the way with Brody.
Why would you say this?
Because
Why
what I
would
was
you
going
do
to
this
say,
to me?
because what I was going to say is they must have just saved them all for Brody and Seymour, which is everybody at home. This obviously I've had if anybody does follow me on social media, I have had my issues this morning with internet. So we were supposed to be on the first 3 games, so I think it just happened to them because of that reason. You can always blame me. I think that's always the sensible decision.
Yeah, that is always a sensible decision, but enough of blaming Ton and back into the battle zone. You can see the control is starting up as Law Gaming will be trying to get out of it, and Too Real just trying to stay alive. This is a little bit of dodge, and he stays with it as well. Yuli with the cover, and they're straight into B.
Good start. That's what you want. High Rise obviously is their playground right now. Too Real trying to get something done here on the outside. Thieves might have choked that one. Looks like they may be just pushing through the middle of the map, actually. It seemed as if they were willing to give that one up, but they find a kill on the outside. Will start to reposition themselves to try and do something about it. Next couple of kills, very, very important. Oh, they're all dead. They're all dead.
They've cleared it up, and this is where you can really hammer them here. Yuli going to be looking for anybody off the respawn. Unfortunately, they've all come out of the right window. He's not got anybody. 3 down as well. They will be looking behind them because they haven't found him. You can already see some of Thieves are turning around. He needs to stay alive at this point and help his team get out of that spawn. A 5-streak for him as well. A cruise missile dangling in the wind. Can he grab it? No, not with that movement. Down he falls. And now, unfortunately, Thieves have the lock.
Oh, that's tough for Law. It turns from a 4 dead on Thieves into you being near spawn 20 seconds later. Incredible work from Thieves to find those gunfights from the unfavorable position that they found themselves in, and then force their way forward. Law now stuck in between, well, literally a rock and a hard place. 2 ticks over towards B will not be deemed a good enough attack.
Yeah, start up the trumpets, play the violins. We are singing this one into the deep because Law Gaming cannot really break that 20-yard line. Back and back they go. Nobody out. Eventually, Too Real will try and dive into this point for the last 6 seconds. Has to go for it. Will be in here. Will there be enough bodies to keep him alive? No. The nade will take him down. 2.4 seconds left, and Ghosty will kill the last player with any hope of getting in. And just 2 ticks there in the end for Law after a great start.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially when you had the 4 dead. You're inside of B, and they tried to maybe go for the kill a little bit too much. It's one that maybe look back on later, irrelevant of what happens in this map or in this series, and say to themselves, right, we could have done more there. But hindsight is a wonderful thing, and we will be heading into round number 2, but that was an opportunity there from Law and the attacking side of things. They'll now move over towards defense, and we'll see what Thieves have got to try and take down A and B. You push over towards B, more than likely to kick things off, but curveball from Thieves wouldn't go amiss.
Lots of nades, lots of trophies, everybody throwing everything down B Street. The Law Gaming just want to make sure they don't do anything silly on this break, keep the defense up and try to punish them. You've got to remember, on their attack, only 2 ticks. That could prove crucial. We usually see teams manage to get B at the very least on this.
Good shots coming in from Cramp. That's what they need to do. 2 ticks in over towards B would be an absolute bonus for Thieves. Anything else they can work on, then they will have defense priority so far after 2 rounds if they can get a hold of it. Kill's starting to go the way, though, the side of Law. Starting to lock in a little bit more map control, which is absolutely paramount when it does come down. High-rise control. Too Real up top, sitting at 2 and 6. We have seen better from him so far. Can we see that right now? Drops down. Can he find the second? Doesn't need to. Teammate is there. Still, solid map control here from Law.
They have it at the moment, but they
Never
have it and
mind.
they've lost it. Kremp has broken through. Slaps the reload in. Looks for another. There's 4. 5 is just on the cusp. Paulex will get away, but they are starting to get angles onto him as well. Turin is going to be here. Kremp trying to get this health back. Is there anyone to help him keep alive? He finds the kill as well. Kremp still going.
What
That is
on earth?
unbelievable. A 6th streak for him in the end. And now they are putting them on fire. They're on the A point here, 100 Thieves. That first tick will go in. They have the lives, they have the time, and they are already putting even more hurt on Law Gaming.
Fine, I'll do it myself from Cramp. Absolutely putting the head down. B was locked in, 2 ticks over towards A. This might be done and dusted. What have Law got to bring to the table here? The answer is not a whole lot. 100 Thieves. What an attacking round. Cramp the catalyst. Fantastic work down B Street. Opens it completely by himself. And that is the round. They just never look back from there. 2-0 up in the control. And respawns are looking so strong for Thieves, but Law need to see a lot more. If they do want to see a map number 5, they're going to have to find 2 in a row if they don't turn this map around.
Well, you got to say, realistically, the biggest issue there for Law was not able to deal with Kremp, and I don't mean the first few kills. They knew where he was. They couldn't get him out. And got to give credit as well to the rest of Thieves. They covered him. They made sure he would not go down. It was not an easy kill for them to make, and it all fell apart. But Law, they have to have that mental switch in their brain now, saying, right, ignore those last 2 rounds, play our game, we need this attack desperately.
Ridiculous shots from Turiel to try and open something up towards B. I think to try and put testament on what you just said there, though, Brycey, Law did have an opportunity in round number 1. They did have that potential to find something in their attacking round as well. Did they quite fumble, or did Thieves do really well? I think it's a bit of both, but irrelevant of that. Law know they have the potential to win the attacking round. If you then go back over towards defense, lock it down a bit tighter, we could be very quickly heading to a round number 5 here in control. We know how fast opinions and momentum can change on this game mode, but right now they're locked in their spawn, so that's not looking too likely.
The blender is on. The bananas are being added. It could be a Law smoothie. Fortunately, a few kills here could break them out, but Jonas Thieves wants to lock them back in. No turn and burn for him. A big fight going on now towards it is Ghosty looking for the players trying to slip out of the net. Paulex chasing him down. Ghosty will fall. Paulex can stop this clock. He can keep hope alive, but for how long? Jonas Thieves has his scent. Is hunting him down. There's more bodies. Paulex will fall as well. The rest of Law Gaming have taken this opportunity to maybe break out of it at the same time. Arsenes falls as well, though. Yuli for the trade. More players pouring into this point.
Need to get something done here, though, if you are Law. 2-0 down, 19 seconds on the clock. B is ticking in very, very quickly, but you offer yourself up far too easily if you're Uli. Here comes the rest of Thieves. Everybody on Law very much dead.
And there was a tiny glimmer of hope in the clouds here, but Law Gaming, they have fallen, they have fell. This is over as the spawn trap is on for the last 5 seconds, and nobody can teleport, not even Paulex. And that'll be a 3-0 on the control. Thieves have just blown them out of the water.
Slapped them across the face there, didn't they? Irrelevant of the search and destroy. It does not matter. Thieves get the job done ever so quickly here in control and regain the lead of the series in the blink of an eye. And that is a sucker punch towards Law, who, round number 1, hey, look, things were looking promising. A bit of a slow start. You find a forward dead, you find nothing from it. After that, you get spawn trapped. After that, you get spawn trapped. It seems to have been the theme. Really, really good job coming through from Thieves, though. You want to give them absolute credit. But Law, once again, like map number 1, kind of had their opportunities to get themselves in a good position on the map, to get themselves in a better position in this series. Yes, okay, they are very much still in it with 2 maps to play, but plenty of work to do.
We will see. We've been singing a song about how we thought this might go. Respawns, Thieves, S&D's Law. The issue facing Law now, of course, is that there is another respawn before the S&D. Can they find the hard point? Can they take this to map 5? And you are right. In that control, there were opportunities. But that opportunity, one of the biggest opportunities in round 1, was they actually got a 4-man wipe and they got locked in their spawn just 20 seconds later. That kind of thing can't happen if you want to take this next respawn.
Cannot let that happen. That's your opportunity. That is your moment to be able to do something in that map. You find the attacking round, okay, you lose the next two, you still have opportunities, right? You extend it. Look, I think hindsight's also a wonderful thing, but those are the moments where you want to be able to make those opportunities count. You are going up against CDL teams. You're going up against a team who finished the top 4 at champs. If they make a misstep, if they give you an opportunity, you need to make sure it count, and you make it count, and they didn't. So things change ever so slightly now in this series. We will be heading into a map number 4. Law will find themselves behind, but the pressure of what happened in map number 2 will absolutely be on Thieves' shoulders here, because they will be heading into this map knowing that they will be favorites. They will be favorites to close out this series. But you want to avoid a map 5 search and destroy against Low Gaming. Based on what happened in map number 2, you do not want to see that mode.
That's very true. But destiny is in their own hands. That's the key here. Make no mistake about it. All they've got to do is do what they've been so good at so far. And even then, you can just feel the tenseness in the shoulders there for Thieves. This game has not been easy for them, although the respawn there wasn't too bad. But they aren't underestimating Law Gaming, and neither should anybody else. Get your head right, get into the game, and make sure you play correctly. Any slip up at this stage in the tournament could be a nightmare. These groups are stacked, and everybody wants to make it out.
Let's see how things do indeed break down on this map specifically. It is an opportunity though for Law once again. Their hardpoint is not bad whatsoever. We've seen them in map number 1, Bryce. I'm trying to theorize here in terms of how they're going to find a route through. They had a fantastic start to map number 1. Then they somewhat faltered after that. Can they bring something different to the table here? But Thieves, look, I mean, Joe the Thieves, he had that interview with Miles, says the team cohesion is very much there. It's got better over the little break in between champs and EWC. And that is really being shown here, especially in maps 1 and 3. We head into map number 4. We head into a Vista. 5-7 record for the side of Thieves. It is not their best map by any stretch of the imagination. Can Law turn this one around here?
Well, not off this start. Not yet. Gonna try and break back in. 2Real and Arsty's getting a couple. Ghosty finding 2Real as well. Still, not a lot of pressure on the hill here for Law. They will try and fight through it. You can see them just throwing themselves into the gunfights, but one by one, and not winning a gunfight is not going to help either.
It's not the start you want. Having a look at the stats there, Brycey, just to try and getting some more information on how Law are going to play this. They were actually 2-0 over champs on this map specifically, but that bad start will not help them at all. They will manage to find some decent rotation over towards P2 and a little bit of scrap time from P1. But that's already a chunk of damage done.
Rotation hasn't gone quite their way yet either, though. Perfect nade there. Takes him off the time. Kremp now going to have to go for it himself. Not got as many reinforcements as he was like. Paul X finds a kill. Kremp not able to get it. That stun just throws him off a little bit. And RCG gets one as well. Players fighting over it. And Uli will get that kill. And what could have been bad for Law has gone their way so far.
Now in a good position to get some good time at P2 though. 30 seconds to go and you would very much take the lead. Still very early doors here in the Vista, but Paul X is deciding to turn up. There's 3 in a row, all on his own. Can now start working on a rotation over towards P3. That means Law now will be in a very, very good spot. 15 seconds to go here over towards P1, and it's time that Low Gaming should be able to find.
This is what they want. This is about the transition. Look at how Thieves have put themselves on this map. They are covering the angles. They've given up a little bit of map control. They've pushed themselves right back for this hill, but they want to catch the players in the corners. They've got him so far. Ghosty's got 2. Kremp trying to get his cover fire. Hasn't been able to. Ghosty, though, not going to get it either. And they combined. And breaking what was a good start for Thieves is no longer. Players spawning out. Law Gaming are swarming towards the point, but they have to get past Nasty.
Yeah, Nasty's holding this down. Joe Deceivers is alongside of him, trying to do his best. Ghosty coming in off the respawn, but is the damage already done? Look at this spin from Joe. 2 out of absolute nothing, and they just about hold the fort. Oh my god.
Players moving a little bit mad here at the time, but 100 Thieves still absorbing this pressure, still winning just enough gunfights to keep this hill on them. For Law Gaming, they actually have a little bit of the better spawn now towards the back, ready for this next hill. And Thieves are trying to remedy it. They are hitting towards the back at the same time. Kreb trying to put bullets onto Uli. It hasn't worked out. Nasty to reinforce with Joe Thieves. But they don't know where the players are. They've got to wait for reinforcements. Not enough players here to make a difference as Joe Thieves will fall.
Incredible performance from Joe there, though, specifically on that hill. Those 2 kills may well have resulted in just a great amount of time for Thieves. Ghosty waiting for the push to come through. Doesn't actually. Eventually does. Uli will find one. Gets taken down. Rotation for Thieves will be there. So crucial that they held down to those spawns as well, Brycey. Keeping a hold of this side of the map, especially for the rotation over towards P4. Paramount if you want to find some good time. And there is plenty of more good time still to be found here. 30 seconds to go. Thieves, if they take all of this, their lead will be touching 80.
A little bit of pressure towards the back here. Nasty doesn't want to get himself killed. Nasty takes a little bit of a love tap, but it's not enough as Ghosty comes to the rescue. Ghosty once again just teasing the corner here. Just trying to play the time a little bit with them. You can see everybody throwing a few shoulders. Eventually they'll be left alone as we head over towards Bridge. Benefit for Law Gaming this time. They are there. There isn't really a contest. No one towards the back. They can lock this down for some serious points.
I quite like that from Law, though. You know, they put the pressure on. They find a couple of kills over towards P4. But they don't try and push for it. They very much concentrate on what was going on over towards the new hill. Arcades backs down, helps his teammates out. In a nice setup here for Law momentarily. They lost a couple of bodies, but they could do a hold in the hill.
Arcades needs to make a big kill there, has done as well, but no reinforcements to keep him covered while he is weak, and down he falls as well. Still in control here though, Law Gaming. You'll be up top. Pre-fire on a Krem will win the gunfight. More players stacking up. 2 real towards the top of the bridge. 3 players sitting in towards P1 there for Thieves, and eventually they come away for it, looking for that last player as Arcades with a gunfight on the Nasty, reaching them, pulling them out of the fire. And for Law Gaming, they should be able to just get this scrap time away as we concentrate towards P1.
Yeah, they pick up the majority of the time over towards the bridge Hardpoint. Although saying that, Thieves, the final 8 seconds maybe leaves a sour taste in the mouth of Law Gaming, who did a really, really good job over towards that hill. Now P1 rotations coming through. This is one of the P1s you can pick up a lot of time on. Rio wasn't typically one of them. Law Gaming did a good job there. Can they manage to find a break back through here on Vista?
Well, they're trying to. More gunfights flying in, but the same old story. You've probably read it before. Thieves winning those fights. And for Law, with 38 seconds left to go, they will try and swing this again. Players on the flank. Arcades is hit it as well. Paulex will get a massive kill there as well, giving them the advantage in these next few gunfights. Arcades finds it and cleans it up. Kreb trying to bail this boat out, but isn't going to be able to do enough with 24 seconds left. Thieves will fight for this one more time, but they also have players towards mid ready for the rotate.
Having a little look at this. That gap is still quite substantial, though. Will take a full 60 pretty much for Law Gaming to get themselves back into it, and is that maybe on the cards here over towards P2? They had some good success in the first rotation over towards this hill after a very poor start. They will gonna kind of go even throughout P1. They need some decent success here down towards the lower side.
Oh, this is a big fight. Arcades trying to stay alive. He knows there's a bit of pressure around with him, and he goes straight for it. Not able to get it, but look at the mini-map here. Reinforcements from Law Gaming are a little bit closer. They're taking mid-control. 2 real will go down to Joe Thieves. Uli will trade out as well. Both players pouring into this point. Who comes out on top? Paulex with 3! That who wins the gunfight! And they have 30 seconds left to make this an almost tied game, but they will have to fight one more time and think about the rotation.
Oh my word, if from a third point of view there, that looked ridiculous from Paul. I wouldn't even want to dare what it looked like over towards his first person point of view. My god, Law Gaming, for all that Paul good work come through, have managed to not hold on towards P2 and now being forced just back just a little bit. Find a couple of kills here if you're Thieves. Now you're forcing Law back further and further. Thieves now setting themselves up for some good time potentially over towards P3. They found some good time on the first rotation. Can they break the 200-point mark here?
Everything's gone quiet. Uli trying to find the route forward and calls it perfectly on Joe Thieves. Trying to stay alive. Will fall to Krem. Players towards the back here for Law Gaming. They're coming up the stairs. Both sides as well. Nasty. No, she's in a little bit of trouble. Spinning. Not winning this time, though. Law win the trade and break a great break from them.
That's a break. A brilliant break. They managed to find that over towards that hill, and now they have control, potentially for P4 as well. But we've got 25 seconds to play for here. Somebody has slept in net. That's going to be Ghosty Kremp working alongside of him as well towards the backside. Polex needs to pull off some magic once again.
He's waiting. He's looking forward. He's not able to win that chow either. More players coming through. 2Real will be here. Gonna check the corner. Finds it. Back onto the point for 10 seconds. The fight for next could very well be where this is all decided. You can see already Thieves are locked in, but Arcees has found just a small little opportunity. They've pushed them away. The reinforcements for Law are on the other side of the map. This is going to be a nightmare.
Oh, that was a big kill that come through from 2Real. Nasty was about to find a massive flank, but Krem can find one through the front door as well, and all of a sudden Arcees left all on his own and he's dead. Uli will find one. The reinforcements for Low Gaming are very much there quickly. There will be a second from Uli. Paul X, he'll get gun. Nasty finds two. Both these two teams scrappy over this one so far. My God, Nasty finds another. Neither one want to give an inch on this hill.
They don't. Nasty, last time around on this hill, just stayed alive, would not give them anything. And if Low Gaming had got it, we would certainly be talking about a very different narrative. But Nasty will eventually fall. 2Real doing just enough work. 18 seconds. As we hit the hot feet towards the other side of the map, Arcees with a huge win. It gives Law an opportunity, just a chance to get something going here on this rotation. The bodies are not with him. Arcees playing his life out towards the back. He knows he has to hold this as 2Real goes to work in the middle. Can they fight back from this point? Already, Thieves are across the 200-point mark.
Yeah, but they have closed the gap here. Low Gaming down to around 30. That is not the end of the world. That is achievable. Can they manage to close that gap further? Thieves now in control of the point. 45 seconds to go. They can just about win it here. Bricey, a full 40 over towards the bridge will be quite difficult though with the positioning coming through from Law, but still Thieves soaking up time.
Polex finds one. Getting back off the point. Ghosty backpedaling. Now stun checked. Has to get away from it. EWC flying over the top of the rival 9, but it's not going to be good enough. Ghosty just contesting, fighting into towards of it, and Ghosty wins that with the MCW. You thought it was Law Gaming. They had the opportunity to convert that into some good times, but Law could not find the final kill.
Still plenty of crucial time to be playing over here. 10 seconds or so is a massive difference if it goes over towards Thieves, especially. Law could close that gap. They're not going to be able to. Thieves are going to find themselves less than 20 points away. P1 control absolute from them. Law Gaming need to find a break. Thieves need 18 seconds.
And here they go. Arcees will have to commit, finds one, looks for the second, drills him out of the point. And that's what they needed. The rest of Law now running to reinforce Arcees, who has made just enough kills here to break them back into P1. 2Real looking for kills on the outslay. Not going to find them. Players going out towards the flanks as well. Paul X dancing on them in the end. EWC will fall. 35 seconds left onto this point, and Law Gaming are throwing every bullet they've got at it. They still need a hold. They still need to rotate, but hope is alive in the breast of Law Gaming.
Every single huge gunfight they had to win, they managed to win, but now the Thieves are managing to come back into this one. 13 seconds away. They can win it here at P1.
They certainly can. Law, they were sitting pretty for so long, but they were so far behind. Back into the hill. Nasty looking for it as well. Hasn't won that gunfight. They've still got it. 7 seconds to go. Thieves cannot win on that hill. It has to be a rotation. Already 2Real looking, hunting for the players. He must know he's here. Finds the first. Not the turn and burn. Too many bodies. Uli will now fly onto the point. A 1v1 as he gets it. And still alive here for Law Gaming.
Paul X finds a massive gunfight in the middle of the map as well. They can now lock this down. Now it's one more opportunity for Thieves to try and find a push through. They've got to find tough gunfights, and they've got to find them fast.
Holding though. Thieves have the numbers. It's technically a 2 versus 3. Reinforcements streaming in from them as well, and that's a wipe. It does not end with a Cinderella story. 2Real will try and find it, but too many bodies, too little opportunity, and they have put them out. Thieves win it in the end. A hard point, but not an easy